1 more minute. I'm able to maintain the pace. 27 scoops in another minute. My lower back and arms are numb while I focus on moving them as accurately as possible. 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2. I exert strength in the pulling motions rather than tossing in the coal. That's it. Good work, Sotetsuku-sama. Clunk. Her voice causes me to lose grip on the shovel. This completes my third set of simple 400 scoop coal shoveling. Considering how I just shoveled 1.2 tons, I'm quite tired. Hatraku checks the floor past the top hinge door. All spaces are covered with the coal on the ground. There are 25 spaces using 5 rows and 5 columns, made to look like compartments of the hearth. The deep end in the middle has the thinnest layer and the front has the thickest. A wonderful layering of coal, true to the basics. Hatraku suddenly stops. She looks at me as if to test me. Sotetsu-sama, there is one thing I have forgotten. Why must you layer the coal thickly in the front and thinly in the back? In order for coal to burn, you need an intake and exhaust. Thus, while the furnace is burning, you need a sort of well hole. When the hinge door is opened, fresh air is forced in through there into the furnace. If you just toss in the coal without thinking of the positioning, it will gather at the exhaust in the back of the hearth. That leads to smokestack. That leads to the smokestack. If the exhaust is clogged, the fire will extinguish. Even if it doesn't get that bad, if the coal layering is inconsistent, the combustion efficiency will be greatly reduced. At the training facility with no intake or exhaust, it's standard to layer the coal thicker in the front and thinner in the back. In the heart of an actual furnace, if the shoveling is done as practiced, the flow of air will scatter the coal evenly. Oh yes, you just helped me remember. Thank you very much, Sotetsu-sama. Hatraku deftly manipulates a small scoop in her hands while saying that. She transfers half scoops from the second square to the first and fourth square to the fifth before staring at it intensely. In that case, Sotetsu-sama, wouldn't this state be better? The edges in the front are the most difficult. At my technique level, I'm not able to do it well enough. The trick here is to flick the wrist, or shoving the shovel into the furnace to lay down the coal. I know it in my head, but when fatigue gets the better of me, my shoveling starts to slip. I say, it's a job well done at this rate. Even if you mess up a little, it will not affect the operation very much. After declaring that, Hatraku puts away her test-grader face and gives me a bright, cheerful smile. You've got a 92%. You passed, Sotetsu-sama. Oh. This is the first time she's passed me all the way from the first to the third set. The feeling of accomplishment washes over me like a wave. In your current state, if you were in my regular condition, if I were in my regular condition, we can withstand train operation to and from Cove. I noticed her mentioning of regular condition. Following the advice of Reverend Akai, I plan on going to the Tororu Hot Springs today. Shall we, Hatraku? By the way, Sotetsu-sama. Whoops, looks like we just jinxed each other. What I want can wait until night, so... Hatraku, you can go first. Sotetsu-sama, please go first. Jinx yet again. We're just going in circles at this rate. Since she's offering to let me go first, I should. Hey, you're doing something fun? Ah! Nagi-chan, you're too loud. Nagi, coming in while yelling, and Fukumai trying to calm her, arrive at the coal shoveling training facility. What's up, you two? It's getting a bit late out. Good evening. We talked with Paulette-san and... I see. The collaboration with tourism? Discount coupons for Otoya Railway will be passed out at the rail shop on the ship dock from the Kuma River downstream boating. It's a simple yet seemingly effective attempt. Then Paulette-san couldn't find the time, and she said it was dangerous at night to go alone, so... So Nagi is your bodyguard? Whoa. Nagi's so close to me that her breath is touching my hand. What's that? It's a one scoop. You use it to shovel coal. What a weird name. And this is the coal shoveling training facility. This one sounds like fun. This would help my training. It's true that it would give your legs, back, and arms a good workout. Now that you mention it, it may seem good for Kenjutsu training. Use the shovel to scoop the coal, and use a reverse grip to pull the chain and open the door. Insert the shovel, and at the same time, throw down the shovel to beat the coal onto the floor. Crunch, clop, splash. Whoa! It's beautiful. When I show them how, Fukumai's explanation makes me feel good. If the movement looks good in the eye of an amateur, it means that my form is somewhat better now. That looks like fun! I want to try! I look to Hachiroko and she nods, but Nagi looks to be in her regular clothes. You can try it the next time you're wearing your gym clothes. Why, I can move around in this. You can move around no matter what you're wearing. Here. I whip my own cheeks with my fingers, seeing that both of them let out a surprised gasp. Pitch black! What do you have to do to get that dirty? Coal shoveling practice. That's what. Oh, that's right. Nagi-chan, coal scatters some very small powder when shoveled. Yes, it's called coal dust. Once it's on you, it's difficult to wash off, and the bathhouses hate you for it. It's still good training. I'll dodge it all. Well, talking crazy, she wraps herself around me, trying to take away the shovel. If she wants to do it that much, I won't object, but it's not smart to let her soil her clothes and anger old man Minakasa. Very well, then call your grandfather to get his permission. If you do that, then you can practice all you want. Got it! Make sure you tell him that you'll get coal all over yourself, and that it'll take about an hour. Before I can lend her my phone, Nagi takes out a simple-looking cell phone. Oh, Grandpa, guess what? I'm at Otoyo Station right now. Maitetsu Oni-san? It's Fukumai. She's making a very typical pained expression. Nagi-chan's grandpa really spoils her. He does what she asks all the time. Nissan, will you walk me back if it gets late? That shouldn't be a problem. Don't I say that? Nagi makes a victory sign with her fingers. Then it's good. I can even get my clothes dirty, and if it's fine if we're here late. This is what happens. I don't mind either way, but old man Minakasa's permission and Fukumai have nothing to do with each other. What about you, Fukumai? It'll take some more time, though. Oh, I'll be sleeping over at Nagi-chan's place. Yes. Oh, you'll be watching the shoveling practice then? Or do you want to try it out yourself? I can't. It's impossible for me. I don't want my arms and legs getting any thicker, Fugumai mumbles to herself, then looks at me with pleading eyes. If possible, I'd want to watch from where I wouldn't get dirty. Very well. Hachoku, can I ask you to start from the beginning? That's fine. Now then, Nagi-sama, I'll give you a short tutorial on shoveling coal. Hachoku happily plays along with an amateur who only wants to play around. She explains the process to Nagi like she normally would, but just simplifies things a bit. I got it. A scoop is a kilo, so 100 scoops will mean I'll have shoveled 100 kilos of coal. The first training regimen is the same as mine. After hearing 100 kilos, Fukumi groans. But Nagi shows no signs of flinching. Please begin. Yeah! That's no good at all. The coal is gathering all in one spot. You have to lower the shovel to layer it thicker in the front and thinner in the... I can't do all that straight off the bat. Oh, really? So Tetsu-sama did it right away. Ugh, then I'll do it again. Ha! How's this? You're much better than previously. I will give you 22 points out of 100. 22? That's it? Go over to the side and see how it is for yourself. How's this? You're much better than you were at the start. I'll give you a fair grade of 51 points. Finally, I got over half. Whoop. Nagi-chan. Nagi crumbles to the floor and Fukumi runs to her. Fukumi-chan, don't. My sweat and soot will get on you. That's nothing. Oh, look at you. You're all dirty. Fukumi wipes off Nagi with her handkerchief, but the coal dust stains don't come off. Nagi looks so comfortable with her face being cleaned off. She is amazing. She worked really hard until she got like this. It's easy to say you've worked until you collapsed, but not many people can actually do it. How many people, let alone other female students, can do what Nagi did just now? As promised, I'll walk you back. If you're up for it, that is. Pluck. Lucky Nagi-chan. I put Nagi on my back and find out that she's surprisingly light. Don't, my sweat and dirt will get on you. Don't worry about it. I'm already dirty. And I'm heading straight to the Toraru Hot Springs afterward anyway. Toraru Hot Springs? Didn't you say that the public baths hate it when you have coal dust on you? Toraru Hot Springs is the exception. They reserve the whole women's bath there for me. Reserved? This is a women's bath? The owner there is pretty understanding of the railways, but she just doesn't want me to dirty up the bigger men's bath. I explain what happens at Toraru Hot Springs past 11 p.m., and Nagi starts breathing heavily as Fukumi turns red. Reserved? Sounds like fun, I want to go too! Yes, Nagi-chan. If you want to have the place to yourself, it seems like that would be, fun. While trying to clean Nagi off, Fukumi also has quite a lot of dirt on her. It might be bad if I walk them back while dirty, but it's an entirely different issue if I take them to the bath without permission. Call your guardian and explain the situation to him. If you get permission, I'll negotiate with the Toraru Hot Springs. Phew. I let out a lazy sigh. That's how tired I am. My muscles feel hollow, and it seems as if the bath water is seeping into them. So Tetsu-sama, let me massage your body. I'd be delighted, but can you do it for Nagi today instead? I don't think there's a need for that right now. Oh. It's amazing how this train-themed visual novel ends up at the bathhouse so frequently. Anyways. Nagi-chan, how's this? Does it feel good? Cool. Feels great. A bit harder. Around here? I don't think I can. Right there. I see. On the other side of this large mouth, Fukumai is diligently massaging Nagi. Even if Hachiroku tries to go to them, she just get in the way. Well then, if you don't mind, Hachiroku. Leave it to me, Sotetsu-sama. Rub squishes. Hachiroku's tiny fingers massage my tense muscles to get my blood flowing again. Hachiroku's hands are always the same strength and heat. I can't sense that she is agitated. You're not surprised? She doesn't ask me what I'm talking about. I have expected that. My memory damage is caused by external trauma. The old lady of Toru Hot Springs did a short medical examination. Hachiroku was put on a specialized machine to check for her functions. The diagnosis was that all functions are normal. The cause of my memory damage is overthinking. I'm wondering what that means exactly. I pick up the arm being massaged, and I brush Hachiroku's wet hair. Hachiroku doesn't seem to dislike it, and rests her head on my arm. There's no need to worry. Just take it literally. Literally? Your overthinking is simply due to a part of yourself that's beyond your control. But what would I be thinking about? The connection of this memory to the accident runs deep. It's dangerous to remember it, something like that. The sigh she gives as a response sounds both impressed and disgusted at the same time. It may be true for humans, but I am a thing. I believe it's possible. Hachiroku's scars, my scars. I chose my words carefully so that I don't tear out the scabs. Thinking is a product of intelligence. Those with intelligence chain together thoughts easily, and it sometimes can go out of control. And that's how I overthink? Correct. Intelligence and reason can be difficult to control. They are for me, at least, and most likely for you as well. I see. Then that's a relief. What do you mean? She nods. Her movements cause ripples in the bath. I believe I overthink things because I'm afraid of what would happen if I didn't. I understand, because I am the same way. If I stopped thinking about the accident, I might forget my other precious memories. If I lost those, I'd lose sight of why I'm alive. But if I'm with you, I have nothing to fear. I won't have to overthink. I remember what Reverend Akai said. Both people and things fumble their way through life, one step at a time. But, Hachiroku, I am myself. I can't think of your answer for you. Sotetsu-sama, if you're going to say that, I am but a thing. Her voice is soft, gentle, but there's determination in it, too. The orders that you think of and give out are the answers that I desire. Even if those orders may be wrong? Even if it brings forth undesirable results, if you decided it yourself, then that's the one and only truth. If I turn on a vacuum cleaner, all it does is begin mindlessly sucking away. Even if what's up ahead is sulfuric acid that can melt it. That's what a thing does. They simply do what their master tells them. Being a thing, Hachiroku was tossed aside by her master. It would have laid dormant, left in a state of uncertain worth. She was left in that unstable state, tormented by her past. Simply calling it overthinking does not even begin to describe it. Hachiroku, but there is nothing I can add to it. I can't do anything for her past. So all that comes from my mouth are words from my heart. You are a thing and a tool. Of course, Maitetsu-sama. A proud voice. Hachiroku's in a dignified pose. I am your tool and thing. Tool and thing? Oh. She's close. I didn't even notice Fukumai. With Nagi at her side, they've both come to where I am. I know it. You two are like that? Fukumai? She's acting strange. She sounds delirious. But if Sotetsuoni-san likes it like that, maybe I have a chance like that? Snap out of it, Fukumai. You've been saying nothing but like that. Nagi reaches out to Fukumai and touches her neck as if to check her temperature. Fukumai-chan, your face is red. Did you get dizzy from the bath? I think I am. I think it's got into my head. Do you feel dizzy? That's not good. Her entire body is as red as a boiled octopus. It would be best to get her out of the bath as soon as possible. Here, hang on. I'm fine. I'm fine, yes. I correct myself. She's now more like a boiled shrimp. She slaps away my outstretched hands and gets out of the bath on her own. Fukumai-chan, let me wash your back for you. Nagi runs after her right away. The bath water ripples for a while, but soon becomes calm again. Hachiroku and Nagi sees Nagi and Fukumai off, and then turns back to me. Nagi-sama can be quite surprising. Ah, for the shoveling? Yes, it's her first time, and she did well for having such a small stature. I look to Nagi, who's at the washing area. She looks even smaller than when she is wearing clothes. She's not all talk. It's obvious that she's been training. She did perform 3 sets of the 100-kilo shoveling. At the end, I saw her as a candidate for the engineer assistant position. I see. An assistant. Yes, she's small and thin. The driver's stand cab of 8620 is cramped. In order to maximize that small space, railroads in the operation mode are usually doll-sized. I see. So having a small stature is an advantage in the cab? If Nagi is even the slightest bit interested... Yes, let us recruit her then. After saying that, with a serious face, Hachiroku makes a wry smile, realizing something. Though there are countless number of steps we must take before we can even think about recruitment. It's not countless, it's a finite number. We can deal with them one at a time. Although, technically speaking, I mean, we can probably subdivide a lot of the steps into even more specific steps, and those steps could probably be subdivided into even smaller, more specific steps. And if you continue doing that, you could probably theoretically do that an infinite number of time, getting those steps down to the point of just move finger a Planck length in whatever direction, creating an actual countless, infinite number of steps. But, I mean, I know what Sotetsu means here. Oh. She wipes off the wry smile and makes a serious face again. Hachiroku slightly, nods slightly, and then looks up to me. Then as one of those steps, I'd like to create a slope map. A slope map? Like a sort of painting? If it's something artistic, I find it fitting for Hachiroku. It's a long longitudinal section map of the tracks. I'd like your assistance, Maitetsu-sama. I see. So it's a cross between section of the slope. So it's a cross section of the slope. I understand now. Hachiroku is more in her element here. Of course I will help. You two are like that? What's going on? Talking about a date? Are you done washing up? Perfect timing. While I'm making the slope map, I can talk to her about being the engineer assistant. I'll be walking along the tracks with Hachiroku tomorrow. How'd you two come if you have time? In the way. I'll be in the way. No, I don't do that. I won't do that. I can't tomorrow. Fugumai waves her hand side to side while Nagi slaps the surface of the water. Why, are you having a kendo match, Nagi? Nope, training. Training? It's a big one. I can almost beat it. Huh. She's breathing heavily. That opponent must be powerful. Then I won't force you. Make sure you don't get hurt. I'm fine. And Fugumai. She's bright red, her eyes darting back and forth, her breathing quick and restless. She's past the point of getting dizzy. I'd say she's getting cooked. If you stare at me like that, I can't. Yes, Drip. Fugumai-chan, got a nosebleed? This is not good. I support her body and try to keep her head up. More nose, please. Stop talking. Actually, stop moving. Slowly get out of the bath and to cool off. Bonk. Someone out there must be using an axe. I heard the sound of wood cutting. It's getting louder too. This area is where we crash landed. Oh, have we come that far already? So Tetsu-sama, please put me down on the tracks. Huh? I put down Hachiroku in her operation body on the tracks. She sticks her right cheek on top of one of them. This is the starting point. Sub point of change, 837.11. Sub point of change, 837.11. I write down the numbers on a memo as she says them. Hachiroku will create a map based on these numbers. Sub permeage 1.6. Formation level at a high of 123.09. Slope distance is 149.23. The rail specification is still at 30 kilos. 1.6 at 123.09, and the slope distance up to here is 149.23, and no change in rail specification. After confirming what I repeat, Hachiroku looks toward the rail with gentle eyes. Perhaps because it was built along the river, the Inoi line has such smooth tracks. A deep sigh of relief. There can only be one reason why. Bonk. Is 8620 bad with steep slopes? No, steam locomotive is good with steep slopes. However, it's true that it is inept with it. Oh. Naturally, Hachiroku stretches her arms to me. I pick up Hachiroku and sit her on my left arm. I walk. We go until the next point where the slope changes. 8620 was designed to pull passenger cars, so it has rather large legs. When the diameter of the drive wheel is large, the ride becomes more comfortable, but the transfer of power is more difficult? Correct. When there is less adhesive force, it's easier to gain. I'd like to avoid any steep slopes. I hope there aren't any on our way to Inoi. Well, I did check the tracks from here to Otoyo, while inside Kia 07. I see. So you haven't ridden on anything from here to Inoi? Yes. Oh, so Tetsu-sama, please put me down. The slope is shifting. Sure. She puts her face towards the track again and assigns numerical values to the slope. I note down the numbers she mentions, then pick up Hachiroku before resuming our walk. The sensors on your operation body are quite amazing. You can measure slopes without any instruments.
It's not that big of a deal. I can only get the general reading while running. When I stop and go near it on site is when I get detailed values.
Although she said so herself, Patrick quickly goes silent.
In my current state, there may be a large margin of error in my measurements.
It's fine. This map is supposed to be for us only, right?
Yes, Raina's slope map is a bit too rough for us.
So you're saying she has enough power to force her way through most parts?
That's part of it, but I'm sure her brake functions are much better than 8620's.
Ah, right. The brakes. So that's what the slope map and the cross-section map are for. In the end, the information drawn up on the map will only be used to supplement the train operation. We only need to know where to brake and how hard to operate the train.
If the accuracy of this map is sure, we can do braking directions with a margin of error of only a few centimeters different from the first time.
Her voice has hints of pride and worry mixed together, which is why I pat Hachiroko on the head. I hope we can start the trial run soon, so we can test it all out. The repair of 8620 is progressing at an amazing pace thanks to the higher than expected cooperative help and donations. Soon feels like a realistic goal too, considering our progress.
Yes, during which I may scold you harshly as I tutor you, Sotetsu-sama.
Bring it on! Strict training can lead to fast progress. Correct?
Naturally, or rather...
There's that sound again. I've been trying to ignore it, but at this point it's getting in the way of our conversation. Why would they still use axes to cut trees? What? I have to do a double take, but how I see it doesn't change. Hachiroko, look, it's Nagi.
Nagi-sama? What?
Hachiroko lets out an exclamation of surprise. She must have heard Nagi. Nagi begins turning slowly to face us. There's a large old tree in front of her, and in her right hand is a wooden sword made of oak.
You came at the right time. You'll be a witness to a historical moment.
Nagi, the big thing you said you were going to defeat yesterday is this?
Of course, it's the tree.
I see. Well, this is quite a magnificent tree.
Yep, but I defeated most of it already.
This large tree is rotted out. The inside is dried up and hollow. That's the only way Nagi's been able to nearly chop the thing down with nothing but a wooden sword. Could I take a closer look at it? Hachiroko slips through my arms and falls to the ground. She understands my intentions. Nagi's physical abilities are amazing. I need to get close enough to stop her.
Of course, come as close as you want.
Nagi holds the wooden sword up high.
You gotta be kidding. Here we go.
She's fast. It's a strike that makes sparks fly. I would compliment her if it were under different circumstances. The tree shakes. At first it wavers side to side. Soon it begins to tip toward the tracks.
I did it!
It's falling! Get over here! Ah! The old tree begins to fall. Nagi flies up. I catch her body in midair with my arms before rolling out of the way.
Sotetsu-sama. Yeah, this is terrible.
Nagi is genuinely surprised. She's completely dumbfounded at this point.
Did you not consider the tree falling over as you were hacking away at it? I didn't think about it at all.
I can already picture old man Minakasa smacking her on the head while crying, "You idiots." However, there is something else that takes priority before I discipline Nagi. Hachiroko, how are the rails?
Not good. The trunk is completely blocking.
Hatroko freezes up in fear. Her gaze is turned down the rail, far away. What's wrong, Hatroko?
The sympathetic connection won't work. Why?
Hatroko, is here 07 coming?
Yes, it's close. But why can't I connect? Why?
Snap out of it. I thought never to do this, but for the first time in my life, I have to. Slap yeah. I throw it all away with my own hand. I slap Hatroko's cheek to get her to return to her senses. If your connection doesn't work, Rain is probably napping. Then the train's got to be stopped another way.
Oh. I'll move the tree.
Aggie tries her hardest to move the tree, but it's far too big. Even if she can move it partially, the majority will still be on the tracks. Hatroko, how do I stop the train?
Take off your shirt and wave it to signal the train.
Got it. You keep trying to wake up Rain.
Yes, Utetsu-sama.
I take off my shirt and start running with it in hand. Faster, farther, as hard as I can. I need to put as much distance between me and the fallen tree as possible. Calm down. My speed will drop unless I gather my breath. It'll increase the chance of an accident. All ready? As I frantically run, I feel the vibrations going from my legs to my head. Rumble, rumble, rumble. I'm scared. I'm scared. Derailment. That single word fills up my mind. I try to shake off the fear by waving my shirt with all of my might. Damn. It's a typhoon. I feel it attacking my eardrums and brain. I suddenly feel nauseous as my vision goes dark. The smell of blood pierces my nose, and I progressively lose my breath. Stop! So I shout, I wave my shirt as hard as I can. Stop! Please stop! If you don't stop, there'll be an accident! I feel wind pressure, and for a brief moment, someone's voice. The sound of metal and breaking. My legs give out, and I fall to the ground. The taste of gravel. The thought that this is the taste of blast crosses my mind. I remind myself that this is no time for that. Damn it. I stand up. There's nothing in my field of vision anymore. Gear 07 has already passed. I don't hear any sounds of impact. It stopped. It stopped, right? Oh, please, please. I soon see the train's body. Gear 07 has come to a stop. Hatroko!
Utetsu-sama.
As if she is rolling down the path, the tiny Hatroko runs straight for me.
We stopped it.
A tearful voice filled with joy. The moment I hear that, all the strength leaves my body. I manage to run a few dozen more steps to where Hatroko is standing.
We did it, Utetsu-sama. Thanks to you,
Large droplets of rain fall upon my face. The hot droplets are the exhaust from the steam. Hatroko's crying again.
Please don't cry, Utetsu-sama. We did it. We managed to prevent the accident.
Crying? Am I too? After being told that, I feel my own tears. How many years? No, how many decades has it been? Whether I'm scared, relieved, or happy, all those emotions must be mixed up inside, causing this confusion.
Is anyone hurt? Are there any passengers that are hurt? Sorry, Reina never. It's my fault. I did it without thinking.
Yes. I hear an uproar, quite loud, I might add. Luckily, there are no screams of anger or pain. The smell of blood isn't in the air. Hatroko, you were right. If the place doesn't smell of blood, then we can rest for a minute. I'm quite tired, but I have to confirm one thing.
Did I say something?
Track maintenance. It's crucial to railways. The fact that there was a large tree next to the tracks, and that the blast had been almost completely pulverized. We've already seen these problems before. Everyone, including ourselves, pretended not to see it.
Yes, track maintenance is absolutely crucial.
Right. As long as trains run on these tracks. The repair of 8620 will soon be complete. With what we must do next is... Sorry, Tachiroka. Give it to me. Personnel, budget? I can't just continue to put everything on volunteers and donations. Then how do I solve it? Simple. Borrow the money you need. Manpower can be exchanged for money. To get 8620 running again, I will remove all obstacles to do that. Tachiroka extends her hand toward me. I hold it and stand up to head to where Paulette is. Once all the formalities are taken care of, let's go home on the aircraft.
So we'll walk until we exit the no-fly region?
We can walk or ride on Kia 07 until that point. How we get there is not the issue. I want to talk to Navi about something. Ooh, okay, man. Narrowly dodged that bullet.